Thanks for coming in Bulgaria. And how did you create Lynch Mob back in 1990?
Well, I was just coming off of Dokken. Dokken had disbanded, and so I had all that behind me. I had the record label and a lot of support and agents and the whole business, and I had basically my pick of the litter as far as throwing together what I thought would be my ultimate band. And so we spent a lot of time picking band members, writing the songs, and writing, and recording the record. And so it was just sort of my dream situation, and I had all the resources to basically pull it off.
And so when could we expect the new album from Lynch Mob?
We are working on a new album right now. Actually, Jeff Pilson is playing bass on that record. And when I left to come out here for this European tour, we had just finished 4 or 5 songs. And so we'll finish it up in the winter and release it sometime next year.
And how you may describe your own music guitar style, like guitarist? Your favorite bands, your influences?
Well, my influences are vast. I mean, the list of people that haven't influenced me is a much shorter list than the people that have. I mean, basically any guitar player that's come along that's mattered, and some that haven't mattered so much have influenced me. From the Four Horsemen, Page, Clapton, Beck, and Hendrix, to everybody since then. You name them. Yngwie, Van Halen, Leslie West, Michael Schenker, Blackmore, on and on and on. Tony Iommi, and a lot of more obscure players, obviously, and players from other genres. So, like right now, I'm listening to a bit of country. I like Brad Paisley, and I like slide players, jam players, jazz players, blues players. I mean, I was definitely raised on the blues. So Muddy Waters, Son House, of ZZ Top.
Okay, and where do you find the inspiration for your music, for the lyrics, for the songs?
Well, I don't write a whole lot of lyrics, at least not good ones. So in Lynch Mob, that's really Oni's department. But as far as the music, goal ideas, where do they come from? Boy, if you knew the answer to that, you probably know the answer to life. I have no idea where it comes from. You just start playing and it happens. I'm trying to think about it.
And how did you create your hit Wicked Sensation back in time? What's the history of that song?
Well, I was living in Arizona at the time, and I just, like every other song riff I've come up with, it just sitting around, playing through my rig, thinking of something, something. A lot of times, you'll be,
okay, and the history of Into the Fire, the other greatest hits of Don Dokken, of Dokken. What's the history of that song?
Into the Fire. Well, that was basically me ripping off a Judas Priest song. Heads Are Gonna Roll. You know that song? Yeah, I ripped it off.
And what about the Dokken reunion?
I don't know. I've been pushing for 5 years to try to make that happen, and it's been very frustrating. So I don't know that, every week, every month, it changes. The last we spoke, Don and I might do a reunion, possibly with Mick, for 2011, and Jeff has committed to doing a full reunion for 2012, if everything works out. But that's a big if.
Okay, and here's the place you can tell something special to the readers of Metal Hanger 18th, your motto, or anything you want for the Bulgarian fans.
It's an honor to come here, first of all. I've never been here. So I'm very interested in history and politics and things like that, and I'm just fascinated with this part of the world because it's a place that Americans couldn't go to for many, many years, so it was forbidden for us to come here. So to be able to come here is pretty fascinating for me. The only frustration is that we see so little of it, but hopefully when we're driving, we'll get a chance to stop and in the small towns and sort of the out of the way places. And I think to me that's the joy of coming to other parts of the world is to experience different cultures and people and see how people evolve in a different place on the planet, you know, with different histories. And then I'm always interested to see how they react to our music, you know, coming from the west coast of the United States. How does that translate over here? You know, in a place that has so much history and so much musical history, beautiful, you know, gypsy music, and East meets West and all this kind of stuff. I wish I had time to explore that, you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Awesome.